Let's solve the Lake Okeechobee dilemma. In the summer of 2013, there was near historic levels of rainfall in South Florida, and Lake Okeechobee rose to levels where the Army Corps of Engineers made the decision to have massive releases east and west in order to protect the integrity of the dike. And in the community that I represent, 136 billion gallons of water was sent from Lake Okeechobee into the St. Lucie River and the Indian River Lagoon. It also had an adverse effect on Southwest Florida, with water going out the Caloosahatchee to the Fort Myers area. And our community came together, and this Senate stepped up. And President Gates appointed a select committee. We met in Stewart, and I promised people measurable progress in reasonable time. The then Speaker of the House, Speaker Weatherford, also came to our community to visit. We had a group called the River Kids, who were young people who came together to support our efforts. There was some excellent reporting by the Stewart News on this issue that led to not only local coverage, but also state coverage and national coverage. It was very effective in bringing the attention of the state to our issue. We funded $231 million in projects. These were not studies. They were not groups getting around to talk about what to do. These are tangible things. Thanks to Governor Scott's support, we're bridging 2.5 miles of the Tamiami Trail so that water can flow south from Everglades National Park into Florida Bay, and that's going to be a huge step in the right direction. We just broke ground on the C-44 reservoir, which will store basin runoff and also assist us in not having water go into the lake. My goal is, before I finish my term in the Senate and pack up boxes, put them in the Jeep, and head back to Stewart, I have a personal mission, and that is to work with the agricultural community, to work with Florida's best scientists, to work with all of us as a legislature who have background and knowledge on this issue, that we will permanently protect our estuaries, protect our lagoons, come up with a way to not have these terrible discharges from Lake Okeechobee that destroy our environment. That's one of my goals. Thank you very much. Thank you, Governor. This isn't just a South Florida or a Treasure Coast issue. If you take a map of Florida and you draw a line across the state of Florida at the northern boundary of Lake Okeechobee, 8 million of the 20 million people who live in Florida live below that line. So it affects most of the state. In addition, as President Gardner knows, we're inextricably linked with the Orange County and the Orlando and the Central Florida area through the Kissimmee River. And I appreciate everything that the Central Florida community has done, and also the area that has springs, to take steps that have been done this session, and I know will continue under Speaker Crisafulli and President Gardner this session, to make sure that we have a water policy that protects our environment.